Hey Caleb, you guys, in that A&M game played one of your better two halves in one setting. What was the cause of it? I know like everyone saying you stuck to the game plan, but is it more than just stick to the game plan for being consistent on two halves?
Just a better understanding, understanding each other, and then understanding what we want out of what we do. So we knew we wanted to turn them over, take Wade Taylor and Henry Coleman out the game, and then knew the game would be in our favor afterwards.
Penny said a few times now that you actually asked to come off the bench over these past few games. When did you decide to do that, and how do you think it's gone?
I asked him before I would miss. I started that game. That was my last game starting. And then since Ash has been the starting lineup and Nick. And so far we're 2-0. I just want to win. I didn't feel like the guys that started the game at first complemented each other well enough. But now we got Nick in there and Ash, so it's a shooter and a better rebounder, which is better for the team.
What are you seeing coming off the bench now? Obviously, it's work.
We got a defender and me coming off the bench, and Quan as well. We both can shoot the ball, guard, make plays, and then for the starting lineup, they all complement each other well. You got JQ and Dave that's gonna run the show, and we got a shooter in Ash and Nick on guard and rebound. Same with Mal. So it's just a better mesh between both groups.
So you're one of the true three-level scorers on this team. You score at all three levels. But it seems like you concentrate a lot on your mid-range game, your mid-game. Is that something that you concentrate on, like that you think, if I can get to these spots and get my shots off, that it opens up the offense for the rest of the team?
Not necessarily. I just know that it's certain spots on the floor. If I get it off, I work on it so much that it's gonna go in. I just pick my spots, and then a late game against A&M, coach just went to me, made a couple plays, and same thing for any next person. He might do it for Dave's next game, Ash. We did it with Ash against Michigan, so it's just game by game. Great coach, you know what he's doing.
Do you know Clemson better than anybody here?
Yeah, I know exactly what they're gonna do.
They have you had to did you volunteer that information or?
No, I'm not, because coach is gonna come up with a great game plan. We've already went over scout, went through the stuff they're gonna do, started preparing stuff that we're gonna do offensively against it's like semi-pack line, I guess you would say. But the things that we've been doing is how I've known to attack it. So we're gonna pressure guards and do different things, the different schemes.
So did I hear you right? You said that you kind of were leading these film sessions?
No, they know, they had it to the T. So coach already knew what we're gonna do. We've already went over it a couple times, and it's gonna work well.
From what you've seen on film so far, in what ways is this Clemson team different than the ones you played against at Florida State?
PJ is playing at a higher level. He's always been good, but he's gotten better every year. I think he's averaging like 20 and 8. He's a consistent three-point shooter as a 5-man. And then they got Joe Girard from Syracuse, who I'm familiar with as well. He's more of a – they've always had like dynamic wings, but I think he's been the best shooter of the dynamic wings they've had. So I guess that's really the difference. They've had Chase Hunter. He's gotten a little better this year. And then everybody just plays a role. So it's a good team.
What do you think they will try to do? You just talked about what you guys got to do to them. What do you think they will try to do to you to be successful?
I think they're probably going to run a little zone. They did that against South Carolina. They were having some issues. They ran a little zone, threw it at them just to see if it would work. I'm sure we're going to see that. And then to be themselves, a physical team. Try to probably play through PJ and get Joe Girard some screening actions to get him open shots.
Hey, Caleb, you guys have proven that you can play with anybody in the country, but you guys still not getting the respect that you get, from like other teams have done. Do they use it as a chip on your shoulder, and you feel like you're not being respected across the nation?
We knew that coming here. It's just always like an if factor with Memphis, or they could have, they should have. We're getting judged off of early games, early slip-ups we had. We had the Ole Miss game, gave it away. But besides that, we knew we would have to earn the respect any respect we get. So we're not really focused on that. It definitely is a lot of fire in us. We play hard regardless, but we're just fighting for respect.
Last year, you shot just 29% from the three-point line. Now this year, you're shooting a career high 40%. What's kind of been the difference there this time around, and how do you think that's expanded your game?
I think it's just having to do with confidence. You know, confidence comes from work. I've been working my tail off every day, especially this summer. That's really what it comes to. I've had a couple shots that I'm gonna have my toe on the line, so I probably would be a little lower, probably 30 something, because it would have been more attempts, 38 maybe. But I'm glad I'm 8 for 20 right now.
Speaking of the Ole Miss game, in your opinion, what has helped you guys get back on track?
Well, the change in the lineups for sure, and then just a better understanding of what we're trying to get out of the game plans we throw out. You know, whether if it's trapping or rotating, throwing zone, like we're trying to dictate what kind of shots that the other teams get.
This gonna be your first game back home in a month. As a player, man, how does it feel to be going back home to FedEx Forum, man?
I mean, it's a great feeling, you know. Even the earlier games where it wasn't as nice as a crowd as it will be on Saturday, it just feels good to play in front of your fans and actually have a lot of people rooting for you instead of a small little corner of the gym.
Seems like I don't have the numbers in front of me, but your shots been falling more, I think, past 2-3 games, especially from three. Is that a psychological thing, or like what's led to that?
I don't necessarily. I mean, you just got to play the right way. You got to shoot, you shoot. You're not really worried about the outcome. Trust your work, and then the business take care of itself.
What's been the process, obviously being on the road for so long, but what's been the process of, you and your teammates just coming together and kind of getting more comfortable with each other and trusting each other when you're on the court?
So you're asking, like, what's the...
Like, exactly, like, what are you guys doing off the court to make you guys just gel better on the court?
Well, just talking more basketball, and we're able to be real with each other, put our feelings aside to take criticism, and that's like the biggest thing that you have to face when you're a part of a team, especially when you're trying to do great things. The sacrifices, it's gonna be hard conversations.
So, have you ever had I asked Jaden this earlier. You ever had a teammate, I know you've had a lot of teammates, but you ever had a teammate like David who interacts with the opposing fans as much as he does, blowing kisses at the crowd, talking to them, all that kind of stuff? Does that fire y'all up also?
No, that's just David, and we know that's David. I don't think I've played with nobody that's like him. I think a lot of Dominicans have that in them.